Hello all, this is Anis with you. Welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to learn about migrations features of EF Core. Actually, I am very busy in the midway of making the transaction modules for our inventory project, and the purchase order transaction module is almost completed. But I put that on hold and made this video because I keep on getting questions on the comment section about the migration errors. I thought database migrations are very easy part of the EF core, so I have not done any video about migrations so far. But now I think I overlooked this topic. Database migrations definitely deserves a separate video. So let's jump into the video. In this video, we are going to see what are EF core migrations and why is it so important. And also, many people are facing difficulties in understanding the migration concepts and commands. Even few of my programmers of my own team are not able to understand this concept. After that, I will explain you the concept and commands in the easiest way as usual. And finally, there is a gift at the end of the video. I have kept the download link of our inventory project at the end of the video. What is EF Core migrations? Migrations are features of EF Core which provides a way to incrementally update the database schema to keep the database in sync with the application's data model. And then, why is it so important? If there is no database migration features in the EF core, then we should record all the changes manually in a separate repository, which is a tedious task. In fact, I have done that before the coming of entity framework, but now everything is taken care by the EF core. Why is it so difficult to understand the migration commands? Actually, it is very simple. There are only three mainly used migration commands in the EF core. Rest of the commands and all you can leave it because they are needed occasionally. So if you fully understand these three commands, then you are already understood the 90% of the database migration commands, and you will also be in a position to understand the remaining 10%. Let's see these commands now. Before going to the commands, we need a project to explain things better. So start Visual Studio 2022 or 2019. Then click the Create New Project from the right side Get Started list box. And then select the ASP.NET Core web app in the MVC pattern. Then after, give a relevant project name or give database migrations as the project name. And then save the project to your preferred location. Then press next to continue. After that, select framework as .NET 6.0, which is in long-term support. Then click the create button and wait for the scaffolding task to complete creating the project. Wow, now the project is created successfully. Before we start doing the database migrations, we must install the EF Core tools and EF Core for SQL Server. So select and click the menu Manage NuGet Packages for Solution. In here, click the Browse button and type EF Core for SQL Server in the search box and press the Enter key to start the search. Then from the search results list box, select the first one, I mean Microsoft.EntityFramework.SQL Server, and select checkbox of the database migration project from the project listing grid. After that, make sure you selected the correct version of the package because we are using .NET 6, so we should select the 6.0 versions of the package to install. After that, click the Install button to start the EF Core package installation. In case if you are prompted by the Preview Changes dialog box, just press OK and continue. Then click the I accept button in the License Acceptance dialog box. That's it, EF Core for SQL Server is installed successfully. Next, go back to the NuGet Packages listing screen and in here type EF Core for Tools in the search box and press the search button. After that, select the first one from the packages listing box and click the install button. Then give OK in the preview changes box and press I accept in the license accepted box as before, and wait for the package installer to complete. And now the game starts. Yes, for me, programming is like gaming. Select and right click the models folder and click add new item and then select class file from the item type listing box. And type unit.cs in the name box and click the add button. Now our first model of the project is created successfully. I have added 3 properties to our unit model of the recording. Next, we need to create DB context file. So right click the models folder again and create a new class file and name it as appdbcontext.cs and click the add button. After that, in the appdbcontext.cs file, add the Microsoft.EntityFramework core to the using section. Actually, we can also add this as global using in the program.cs since we are using Visual Studio 2022. Then add the constructor method to the appdbcontext.cs file. Notice the constructor is derived from the base class. After that, add the dbset property for our unit model. dbset is a mapping property between the model and the database. All dbset properties will become the tables of the database after doing the migration. Then let's open the SQL Server Object Explorer from the menu. Let's explore all the SQL servers of the Visual Studio 2022. Actually, it has 2 SQL servers. One is Visual Studio 2019 and other one is the Visual Studio 2022. So close the second one because it may confuse us if you are having 2 SQL servers. If you are having only one, then no issues. After that, open the appsettings.json file and add the connection string for the SQL Server database. Then open the program.cs file. In here, add the database migrations.models namespace and Microsoft.EntityFramework core namespaces to the using section. After that, add the appdb context to the builder.services collection so that it will be served by the dependency injection whenever needed. Then load the NuGet Package Manager console window. Now let's start the database migrations. First command is add migration. This is one of the most important and frequently used command. The main purpose of this command is to create scripts by tracking the changes in the model from the last migration state to now. In the package manager console window, type add-migration and give a name for the migration. The migration name should be unique. I have given the migration name as create initial db. Then press enter to execute the command and wait for the command execution to complete. Actually, this command will create a C# script file in the migrations folder. Notice the file inside the green box. Next is the update database command. This is also very important command which will execute the scripts created by the add migration command to the database. So type update-database in the package manager console window and then press enter to execute the command. After that, wait for the command execution to get complete. Let's open the SQL Server Object Explorer and expand the tables collection of our testdb database. Notice the units table is created now. This is done by the update-database command. After that, also notice there is one more table named EF migration history. This is the table which will record all the incremental changes we do to the database. Let's open and see what is inside this table. I mean in the EF migration history table. Look there, the migration name which we gave with the add migration command is recorded here and the file is named with the same name. This is very important. In few minutes I will show what is the use of this. Okay, to do our R&D, let's create one more model and name it as brand. After that, press the add button to create the brand model. Now open the unit.cs and copy all the properties from the unit model and paste it to the brand.cs file, and then change the class name to brand. After that, open the app.dbcontext.cs file and add the brand model to the dbset properties collection. Now open the package manager console window again and type add-migration space add brands table in the double quotes. Then press the enter key to execute the command. Now notice the migrations folder. The add migration has created two files. One file is for the brands table addition and the second table is the database snapshot table. Here it records all the database table information. Let's refresh the tables collection of our database. Notice the brand table is not yet added because we have not yet executed the update database command. As I told you, the add migration only creates the file. To update the changes to the database, you must run the update database command. Now let's type the update-database command in the package manager console window and press enter to execute the command. Notice now the brands table is added to our database. After that, let's open the EF migration history table. Here also we can notice the migration name added for our brand table. This is the main use of the update database command. But there is one more use of this update database command that I will tell you after explaining the remove migration command. Third command is remove migration. This command is not important and it is also not used frequently. Actually, remove migration command is to delete the last pending migration script from the migration folder. Did you hear it properly? Yes, I said pending migration script. That means the scripts which are not yet executed to the database. Let's see this in action. Open the brand.cs file. This is the brand model file. In this model, we will add a property named isActive of type integer. Then open the NuGet package manager console. Type add-migration space added isActive columns in brands and then press the enter to execute the command. Please notice the migration folder. The script file for this migration will be created at the migrations folder on completion of this command execution. So please note it carefully. After creating this migration, we realized our mistake. Actually, the isActive property should be of type boolean, but we created it as integer. It does not make any sense to create isActive property as integer. So let's change the type of the isActive property to boolean in the brand model. Now go back to the package manager console window. Then since we have not ran the update database command after doing the migration named added isActive brand, it will be deleted if we run the remove migration command. Let's check this. Now I am going to run the remove migration command. Please notice the red box. The last migration file, I mean the file which is ending with added isActive brand.cs, will be deleted on the completion of the remove migration command execution. As I told you, the file got deleted. This is the use of the remove migration command. But what will happen if we run the remove migration command again? Because now there is no pending migrations left. So let's check that also. Type remove-migration and press enter to execute the command. Notice we got error saying the migration add brands table is already applied to the database and it cannot be reverted back using the remove migration command. So it is not possible to delete the migrations which are already updated to the database. But in case if I wanted to remove the migration which is already updated to the database, how to do that? That is also very simple. Let's do that. In the package manager console window, type update-database space the migration name to which you want to set the database state to. In our case, we wanted to delete the add branch table migration. So we need to put the migration name which is before this migration. The migration which is before this migration is create initial DB. So type update dash database space create initial DB in double quotes and press enter to execute the command. Okay, the command is executed successfully. Let's refresh the tables collection of our database. Notice the branch table is missing because update-database command has deleted the branch table. But notice the migration script named add branch table in the migration folder is not deleted because the update database command only do the changes to the database and not to the migration folder. So if you want to delete the migration file, then you must use the remove-migration command. So type remove-migration in the package manager console window. Notice now the add branch table.cs file is deleted by the remove migration command. So from this we learn after doing any changes to the model, first we should call add migration command. Next we should call the update database command to update the changes to the database. In case if we want to delete a pending migration, then use the remove migration command. And finally, if you want to delete a committed migration from the database, then use the update database command with the migration name. Okay, please note down the source code URL of our inventory project because next week I am going to upload the inventory transactions module. So this will be very useful if you want to follow our inventory project. Hello all, making YouTube video takes lot of time and efforts. But all these efforts should have a meaning. So please like, comment and share this video. Thanks a lot. Let's continue to the tutorial. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon to get notified. Start SQL Server Management Studio. If you are not having the SQL Server Management Studio, please download and install it first. It is a very useful and powerful software for managing SQL Server. I will keep the download link in the description box. Otherwise, just type download SQL Server Management Studio in our Google search. Since I already have the database named code as inventory in my SQL Server, let's drop this database first. To drop this database, select the database and right click and then click the delete menu. Then press OK in the delete confirmation dialog box. Now let's run our application. How come our application is running without the database? Strange, right? Actually, it is logging from the cookies. Since we use the cookie authentication, our authentication are validated against the cached cookies at server. But if you try to open any module, then we will get the errors. Let's click the masters menu and load the product master module by clicking the products menu. Notice it is taking long time to load. It means it is going to throw the errors. Yes, as I said, it has thrown an error saying that Microsoft.data.sql client.sql exception occurred with a message saying cannot open database code as inventory. So we have deleted the correct database only. Now let's restore the database from the source code directory. First, right click the databases folder and select the restore database menu. In here, select the option button named device. After that, click the browse button near to the device text box. Then in the database file browse dialog box, click the add button and locate the downloaded source code folder. From this folder, select the file named codesinventory.back. This is database backup file of the codes inventory database. After that, press the OK button to add the selected file to the restore database. Then press the OK button of the parent dialog box and wait for the restore database task to complete. Now refresh the database folder. Notice the restored database is visible now. Let's explore the tables of the restored codes inventory database. Yes, all the tables are restored properly. To verify it, let's run our application. Now click the units menu. Notice all the units items are listed in the index page of the units module. Let's check the pagination buttons. Yes, it is working fine. So now all the master modules of our inventory application is working fine, and you also got the complete source code of the master modules of our inventory application. Very soon I will start the transaction modules, so please stay tuned. In case if you feel difficult to restore this database, or if you wish to create a fresh copy of the inventory database, that also very simple. Open the project from the downloaded source code and expand the migrations folder, and in here select all the migration files and press the delete button to delete, and then press OK in the confirmation dialog box. Notice now all the files from the migrations folder are deleted. After that, open the appsettings.json file. Then rename the database name of your preference. I have renamed the database name to Fresh Inventory. Now go to the NuGet Package Manager console window. And in here type add-migration space migration name in the double quotes. Let's give the migration name as creating fresh DB. Then press enter to execute the command and wait for the command execution to complete. After that, type update-database and press enter key to start the command execution. And wait for the command execution to complete, because it is creating lot of tables in the database. Wow, now both the add-migration and update-database migration commands got executed successfully without any errors. So our fresh inventory database must have been created in the database. Let's check it by going to the SQL Server Management Studio. In the SQL Server Management Studio, select database icon and click the refresh button. Notice now our fresh inventory database is created with all the tables. So our fresh inventory database is ready, and if we run the application now, it should run without any errors, right? Because every time when I upload the source code, few of the viewers complain that source code is not working, migrations are not working, this is not working, that is not working. Actually speaking, all the source code I upload are completely tested and it will work fine. So please double check. Wow, the application is loading, I think. Perfect, we got the main page, so there is no error in the downloaded source code. Let's register a user. Type username as tester and email ID as test@test.com and password as 123@test, and retype the same password again in the confirm password box. After that, press the register button to complete the registration. Notice now the tester account is created and also logged into the application. Let's click the masters menu followed by the units menu. Wow, the units listing screen is loading properly. Let's click the create new button from here. The unit creation screen is also loaded properly without any errors. So let's create a new unit. Give unit name as pieces and unit description also as pieces and press the create button to add the unit to the database. Perfect, the unit is saved successfully. So I assume the rest of the project also will work without any errors. If you find any errors, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you. With this, I am completing this video. Before I sign off, I request you to subscribe and share this video. I would appreciate if you would like and subscribe to this channel so that you will be notified for all of the new videos that I will be posting. Thank you and bye for now.